mom and dad.
Okay, counsel, please state your appearance.
On behalf of Damien and Angelina, who are both
Here.
Christine Menage with the law office of Rachel Lee, available for appointment for the father, Jason Taya, who was present.
John Hall, Office of Jolene Metzger, available for appointment on behalf of the mother. She's present.
Failed to perform mandatory duties. Falsifying documents and evidence. Suppressed exculpatory evidence. Used threatening and intimidating behavior and language. Fabricated children's mental health assessment. Failed to document services in a professional manner. Disclosed confidential information without authorization. Medi-Cal fraud. Coercion. Forgery. Perjury. On November 30th, Harris came to the family's home, and when the parents denied her from entering, Harris used threats, saying that she'll come back with the police and a warrant to remove the children and that it'll be hard for the parents to get them back.
On December 2nd, the family was visited by two police officers who said that DCFS had sent them to check on the children. The police had a good report to deliver back to DCFS, stating no signs or evidence of suspected child abuse or neglect. Janice Harris left the police investigation out of her report, keeping the judge from reviewing this important exculpatory evidence that would have given the children a chance to go home. On December 4th, ER CSW Janice Harris came back to inspect the family's home.
When Harris was done, she interviewed the parents together. She asked them to sign a primary language form. She gave them a civil rights pamphlet and other papers but didn't explain what they were. Harris then threatened the parents again before leaving, saying that if they don't take the drug tests today, the children will be removed.
Later that day, Harris took the parents' signatures and forged them on this authorization to release information form. The subject, or the subject's parent, has authorized you to release any information you may have. The information Harris is stealing and is not authorized to make a request is the children's medical, psychiatric, educational, dental, and any other private identifiable information.
Harris then faxed this cover sheet with the document she forged and further made this false and untrue statement. Along with this letter you will find the release of information signed by the child's parent. The next document Harris fabricated and forged the parent's signature on is this affidavit. Just a reminder that Harris had only 2 brief interactions with the parents. The home inspection and the interviews Harris conducted earlier that day was brief. Otherwise Harris would have known that she's filling out all these forms incorrectly. Harris put Tella as the mother's last name when the correct name is Cardiel. Harris being a professional social worker, this type of mistake just wouldn't happen unless she was not doing her job. The affidavit Harris fabricated states the following. I, Catherine Tella, living at Los Angeles County, California, certify through my signature that the statement given below is true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. I have received referrals to parenting classes and counseling. I have received referrals to inpatient-outpatient substance abuse counseling. I have received a copy of my civil rights form and pamphlet. Any person who signs this statement and who willfully states as true any material matter which he knows to be false is subject to the penalties prescribed for perjury in the Penal Code by the State of California, Section 11054 of the WIC Code. Signed and dated by Jason Tella and Janice Harris on December 4, 2018. If Harris had took the time to explain these classes to the parents, Harris would have learned that the mother's last name is Cardiel and not Tella. Truth is, Harris was in and out of the home that day and she did not ask the parents to sign any authorization to release the children's private identifiable information. We can even check the delivered service log if Harris talked to the parents about the referrals for counseling, substance abuse or parenting classes. No, it looks like Harris didn't talk about them at all. She only threatened the parents to go test. And there's no mention about asking the parents to sign the authorization either. So it's safe to post this video, proving that Janice Harris, who works for LA County Department of Children and Family Services, is part of the corruption that goes on within this failing system. A system that's supposed to improve the quality of life, not destroy it by wrongfully separating children from their parents.